The courtroom was silent, yet the air pulsed with tension. Two Navy SEALs sat in chains, their uniforms stained with the shame of false charges. Across from them stood the man responsible, a decorated cop whose badge gleamed under the lights, though his eyes betrayed unease. He had built his career on intimidation and silence. Today, though, his silence felt like quicksand. Every heartbeat in that room carried the weight of truth clawing to the surface. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. The charges had been fabricated, twisted lies meant to protect the cop's own corruption. Witnesses had been threatened, evidence altered. And yet the SEALs, men who had stared death in the face on foreign soil, sat quietly, their gaze steady, their honor unshaken. One of them clenched his jaw until it ached, silently praying his family wouldn't believe the headlines. The other thought of his younger brother, a boy who once whispered, "You're my hero." Now, that word hung in danger of being broken forever. The cop smirked, mistaking their silence for defeat. He thought he had won. After all, who would dare challenge a man with a badge? The murmurs in the gallery told another story. Veterans, families, and citizens watched with unease, some whispering, others glaring at the officer with quiet contempt. Still, no one moved. Then, the doors opened. The sound was sharp, echoing across the chamber like a rifle crack. Every head turned. A man in full naval dress whites entered, his presence commanding yet calm. His shoulders bore the weight of decades of service, and his chest displayed medals that silenced doubt. The cop's smirk faltered. The SEAL's eyes widened. It was their Admiral. He walked with deliberate grace, each step echoing judgment before a word was spoken. The courtroom stilled to a breathless hush. Even the judge leaned forward, sensing the gravity of what was unfolding. The Admiral's gaze fixed on the corrupt officer, who suddenly felt smaller, weaker, as though every lie he had spun was unraveling in real time. "You dare put chains on my men?" The Admiral's voice cut through the silence, not with volume, but with authority honed by command at sea. His words carried the weight of storms, of battles survived, of lives lost. The cop stammered, searching for excuses, but his lips trembled. He could feel the eyes of the room burning into him, the whispers now louder, harsher, unforgiving. For the first time in years, he was the one on trial, not by law, but by truth. The Admiral turned to the SEALs. "Stand," he ordered. And they did, chains clinking as they rose. Their backs straightened, their dignity shining brighter than the steel that bound their wrists. The judge, moved by the Admiral's presence and the evidence he carried, hidden truths long suppressed, struck the gavel with finality. Charges dismissed. The chains fell. The SEALs were free. The gallery erupted. Applause, shouts of relief, even tears. Strangers embraced veterans they had never met, as if justice itself had reached out and touched every soul in that chamber. The cop shrank into his chair, panic flooding his veins, knowing his downfall had only just begun. Yet amid the chaos, there was stillness in the Admiral's eyes. He looked at the SEALs with something beyond pride, a reminder that honor, once tested, becomes unbreakable. That day, the courtroom wasn't just a place of law. It was a battlefield of truth. And truth had won, because justice doesn't falter, it waits, and it finds its way back. And as the Admiral walked out, sunlight streaming through the doors behind him, it felt as though the darkness that began with one man's corruption had finally been burned away. Thank you for being here with me through this story. If it moved you, share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more powerful stories, and remember, courage may be tested, but it never truly breaks.